Slovenian basketball sensation Luka Doncic recently lived up to his name, which translates to bringer of light, during his visit to Croatia. During a brief trip to Malinska, Doncic was able to greet fellow NBA icons and enjoy a break from his intense and rigorous off-season training program. As the meaning of his name would indicate, Luka Doncic has restored honor, recognition and legitimacy to the Dallas Mavericks when selected by the franchise in the 2018 NBA draft. Though he has yet to bring the franchise a championship, relax, it's still early, the magazine's Istok Franko did a scientific inquiry on Doncic's rise to stardom and found that based off of his predicted peak BPM, or box plus minus, Doncic is well on his way to being a future NBA MVP. On the basketball court, Luka Doncic is a fierce competitor who does not yield an inch to the opposition. Just ask the Phoenix Suns' Devin Booker, and one who approaches his job in a professional, business-like manner. The stone-faced wizard is known for his competitive nature on and off court and has sung the praises of coach and NBA champion Jason Kidd for his maturity and leadership abilities. Doncic is a silent but deadly assassin on the basketball court, and throughout his career he has taken on nicknames such as The Don, Cool Hand Luka, and most recently teammate Dorian Finney-Smith referred to Doncic as the Grill Master, a name coined for someone who is in charge of leading and running the show. While Luka is undoubtedly the floor general and leader of the NBA's Dallas Mavericks, a video of his moves on a different floor, the dance floor, is making its rounds via social media. Doncic was spotted partying it up with none other than NBA legend turned TNT analyst Shaquille O'Neal during his most recent tour of Europe during the summer. The newly anointed Grill Master extended his welcoming arms and orchestrated the 5-star treatment of the 15-time NBA All-Star during his recent stay in Croatia. As talks of marriage between Doncic and longtime girlfriend Anna Maria Goltes begin to heat up, it also appears that a friendship with the NBA legend O'Neal is budding as well. On his most recent voyage, the former NBA legend turned commentator tried his hand as a traveling DJ, where he made a guest appearance as DJ Diesel at a nightclub in Malinska, Croatia. As luck would have it, Doncic, the 23-year-old Slovenian megastar, was also present in the country at the same time as O'Neal. As a token of his appreciation for the Hall of Famer, Doncic took time out of his busy off-season training to hang out with Shaq and fellow NBA player Goran Dragic. Luka further extended his generosity and royal treatment towards the NBA legend, providing O'Neal with housing at a deluxe 4-bedroom villa during his stay in Croatia. Shaq details his time in Europe on his podcast, The Big Shaqstrumental. Shout out to Luka. When I arrived in Luka's town, some people picked me up. They drove me to a mansion that Luka had set up for me. I had the pizza there. I had the hookah there. I had the fruit. They escorted me to the show. Luka said, "Shaq, ain't nothing going to happen to you when you are in my town, Mr. O'Nealovic." That's what they called me. So shout out to Luka and Goran Dragic, because of their people really set it up for me. True to the meaning of his name, Doncic had O'Neal cancel his arranged hotel accommodation so he could show his appreciation, love and respect for the man often regarded as the greatest NBA center of all time. Treatment fit for a king, indeed. With his stellar performance on the court and his most recent gestures of respect for the self-proclaiming Big Aristotle, Luka appears to have not only appeased but earned the adoration of a previously harsh critic in O'Neal. And who better to receive such treatment than a larger-than-life figure such as O'Neal, a man whose dossier of accomplishments includes highly successful ventures in acting, education, fashion, law enforcement, media and music, amongst other things. A man of many talents, Mr. O'Neal, actually Dr. O'Neal, he currently holds a doctoral degree in organizational learning and leadership, revived his love of music and captivated large crowds with his most recent tour of Europe as DJ Diesel. A 4-time NBA champion and platinum-selling rap artist, O'Neal first took the stage as DJ Diesel in the year 2015, and his 2022 tour includes stops in Belgium, Canada, Croatia, Spain and over 20 different US cities. The brief clip of Doncic, Dragic and O'Neal shows the 7'1", 300-plus pound behemoth behind the turntables as an experienced DJ, amping the crowd up as the three proceed to do a dance mirroring the shooting of a basketball to the beat of the blaring, bass-laden house music. A brief but significant clip indeed, not only showing the prevalence of basketball as an international sport, but the emergence of basketball stars as public figures in recent years. The 57-second clip shows 3 iconic national heroes, Three accomplished figures with nearly 50,000 NBA points between them, all on the same stage, doing the same dance, all mimicking the one motion that each has dedicated their lives to, repeated millions of times, resulting in millions of dollars earned, all while having fun doing so. While Doncic and O'Neal's recent headlines come as no surprise to anyone, the year 2022 has seen the two publicly express their mutual respect for one another. The relationship between the two hasn't always been so friendly. After his step-back, game-winning three-point shot in Game 4 of a 2020 playoff series versus the Los Angeles Clippers, one which Clippers eventually won in 6 games, Luka placed himself amongst the elite on a playoff stage. The 43-point, 17-rebound, 13-assist performance by Doncic was one for the ages, placing Doncic in a category with Charles Barkley and Oscar Robertson as the only players in NBA history to produce playoff games of at least 40 points, 15 rebounds and 10 assists. Former and current players were in awe of Luka's accomplishment, highlighted by posts such as "OMG Luka," "Wow Luka, we're not ready," from NBA standouts Bradley Beal and Dwayne Wade via Twitter. When asked his thoughts on the performance on the TNT broadcast, O'Neal said, "He's great, but I've seen that before. He nice, he can play." While one might confuse this statement as a slight or perhaps disdain towards Doncic, it is actually a succinct but comprehensive analysis of what Shaq thought of Luka as a player at the time. In a hyper-competitive sport such as basketball, very few are willing to give others praise, especially if the player making the statement is as accomplished as O'Neal. At the time, the statement revealed that Shaq thought highly of Luka, but was hesitant to give him the appropriate credit until he proved that he could achieve similar success over a sustained period of time. Fast forward 2 years, and it is clear that the play of Doncic has garnered the respect and approval of the 3-time NBA Finals MVP. After an April 25th 102-77 dismantling of the Utah Jazz, Shaq expressed his sentiments for Doncic by saying, "Luka, you know you're one of my favorite players. Teach me how to say great job in your language, please, brother." To which Luka responded that he would teach O'Neal all the bad words later in his native language. O'Neal clearly began to hold Doncic in the same regard as fellow NBA greats, as he has gone on record to state that Doncic and Ja Morant will be the two most dominant figures in the NBA within the next 5 years. It is safe to say that Luka has made Shaq a believer. Luka's inherited nicknames are typically indicative of his prowess as a skillful technician on the hardwood. However, it appears that his nickname, the Matador, would also be appropriate to describe his most recent gesture of appreciation toward NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal. His most recent treatment of O'Neal not only shows the respect that Doncic has for the NBA legend, but his appreciation for the honest criticism that O'Neal has levied against Doncic in the past. While Shaq's criticism of current players often gets him labeled as a hater by the members of the current basketball generation, a player like Doncic is mature enough to realize that Shaq's words are only meant to inspire and motivate him to fulfill his potential as a player. To Doncic, earning the respect of a person of the caliber of O'Neal is important, and rightfully so, given Shaq's accomplishments and successes on and off the court. Therefore, it was only a matter of principle that Doncic made a 3-hour journey from Slovenia to Croatia in order to greet the legend and shower him with gifts and royal treatment. A class move by Doncic and Dragic alike, and an honorable tribute to a man who has contributed 30 years of excellence to the game of basketball. In addition to his recent treatment of O'Neal, clips of an exhausting and gruesome off-season training regimen would indicate that Luka is primed to have a great 2022-23 season. While Doncic has faced some criticism about his off-court habits and the appearance of his body, he appears to be getting more serious about his training routine as he enters the prime of his career. From the outside perspective, it appears that he is doing everything in his power to align the stars for his ultimate goal in 2023, an NBA championship. His most recent token of appreciation to O'Neal is a sign of the awareness and maturity that Doncic possesses, two attributes that are key contributing factors to him being the elite floor general in the NBA today.